Hello everyone, this is Kayvon Atkinson and I'm here to discuss Module 8, which is actually over good manufacturing practices, as I have just discovered. So some of my questions will kind of go back to the questions I had in my Chapter 7 video discussion, which is where the good manufacturing practices section is located. So my first question is over birds, and as one of my questions was, now if birds are, quote, the most common pest problem facing the food industry today, this was a quote on page 231, why in the GMP audit are openings and coverings only looked at in regards to birds when there were several preventative measures that were listed? I discussed some in my Chapter 7 video. There were, using actual bird decoys and strategically placing them around the facility, using physical barriers, nets, or even building large barriers to keep these birds out. If there's these almost extreme preventative measures to stop birds, why there was such a small section as far as how the preventative measures were looked at in the auditing report. Now, I just thought that was kind of odd. If they were supposed to be such a nuisance, why wouldn't there be more observations made in regards to preventing these pests? And the insect and rodent section was very, very small as why they're a nuisance. And then later on in the GMP audit, there was a very large observation made as to the insect and rodent preventative practices. Now, my second question is over the sanitation audit report, and now should the recommendations given be geared towards providing better employee training from management, or should they just be kind of as they are stated? They seem to just kind of put the corrective action on the employee itself, which is needed, so they can know what to do next time, but it's very heavily emphasized in the book that management should provide adequate employee training so their employees aren't essentially set up to fail. And a lot of the recommendations that were given in this example good manufacturing audit report were based off of employees leaving ingredient boxes open and that sort of thing. But if there are no training measures to tell them to not do this, and while it should be somewhat of a common sense thing to close your ingredient box while you're making something, it may not be common sense for everybody, which is why the employee training is needed. But like I said in the book, the recommendations kind of seem to only correct what the employee did and not actually recommend, management should provide better training, checklists should be made to make sure that procedures are being followed and that sort of thing. So just tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and thank you.